Welcome to Walking with HQ, the best soccer card video of someone hiking a mountain to play pickleball. Just to get it out of the way, haven't done one of these in a couple weeks. You're probably thinking to yourself, did he stop playing pickleball? I know everybody's wondering. No, I didn't. I actually played a professional tournament. I've just been getting a ride. So this is my first day back. So if I'm really out of breath, you don't know why. All right, hopefully there's not as many trucks today because it's like a holiday break down here. Anyway, let's get into the 24, 25 tops rookies. Since I spent this week preparing my rookie breakdown, which is now on the site, soccercardshq.com. You'll see it. It's one of the, oh yeah, there you go. Thank you for your support, Motor. It's on the site. It's one of my most popular articles every year. People rip soccer cards. Not all of them are huge soccer fans. They see the RC logo and they hope they've got rich, but they have no clue who the players are. So I try to put it out to give a basic idea of, who the players are. I don't say buy or don't buy. If you know me, I try not to give financial advice because I might not always be right, and I don't need that drama in my life if I'm not. But one of the things that I really, at least for me in prospecting, like to look at is players' age, position, and just kind of like possible catalysts if you are just looking and prospecting. As I mentioned in the article, there's not going to be a Lamine Yamal this year. And that's not because of that, one of these players can't be as good as Lamine Yamal. Maybe they can, maybe they can't, but for this purpose, it doesn't really matter. The reason there won't be another Lamine Yamal is because there's not a major country tournament this summer like there was last summer with the Euros, which is what catapulted Yamal from maybe like the soccer card status to like, more of a wide card status. And that's how you get the prices up. Like, soccer card collectors do not drive Yamal prices up to obscene numbers. We've seen it in the people that have been buying the 101s. They aren't really soccer collectors. They're just like Grail type card collectors. So that's why there won't be a Lamine Yamal type player. And this, at least in the year 2025, like the prices won't see that rise in 2025. Now, summer of 2026, obviously we have the World Cup, and then whoever wins that, somebody can go absolutely crazy like Lamine Yamal did. But if you're just looking for a somewhat short-term flip, like in 2025, we're probably not going to see that. Now, that's not saying none of these players can't go up, because of course they can, but there's not a lot of catalysts other than, Champions League, transfers, maybe a performance in like a big game that decides a league title. But considering the Premier League's already over, that kind of leaves us maybe with a big El Clasico goal or something like that. All right, so to get in to the class, so as of right now, the two, maybe three biggest, I'll say two definitely, the two biggest rookies in the class are Wookiees. If you follow me, a Wookiee is a player that has a card from a previous year. So, for instance, Topps put an RC on Endrick, but as we all know, Endrick has 2023, 24 Panini cards and Palmeiras and Brazil. Topps, because they know they need to sell more boxes, is not recognizing that. And, well, quite frankly, I hate it. Ethan Nwari is another one, the other big one. I mentioned this, but I do think his Topps cards, at least the bigger ones, like the Reds, have a better chance simply because for some reason Panini used away kits, the yellow away kit, for all of his cards. And so therefore, our Topps used the home, or at least what we've seen so far, they used the home. So like a red Topps card is already very desirable. A red Topps card, which is a color match, will be very, very desirable, especially since he doesn't have any color matches in Panini. After that, the other big Wookiee is Jaden Dons. He actually has Bowman First Topps cards all the way back to 2 seasons ago, and then he had Panini cards last year. He's got a lot to choose from. Real quick, let's see. I forgot to do the sun's barely coming up. Had to wear a jacket this morning. It's a little bit chilly, but not really, especially when you're hiking a mountain. After that, I think of the true rookies, like Bergvall's getting a ton of hype. I mean, we've seen this before, like a center mid on a middling Premier League team getting a bunch of hype, and then eventually that hype goes away. He's thought to be an 8 and just been playing him as a 6 lately. That's I like I said, I don't try to give financial advice, but look up Lewis Smiley prices from release until now, and I could definitely see that happening with Bergvall. Mikey Moore is interesting for talking about Spurs because he plays on the wing. He's young. Yeah. That's somewhere I would rather go. I'd rather go to a winger than an 8/6, especially when they're on the same team and so forth and so on. Couple guys that in the boom would have gotten a ton of hype, but I don't even think I've seen their names, is Prestiani. Young Argentine, right winger, 5'5", short, runs, dribbles. We may have seen something like this before. Obviously, he won't be that, but he is considered a great prospect. He's just not getting time in Portugal, so nobody cares. Izakor is another one who's super young, 17, Leverkusen's youngest ever player. Back in the old days, Sidney Rabinger went crazy, and now nobody cares. Maybe Rabinger, destroyed everybody, or people remember, so nobody wants to invest in these guys, which is actually really smart. Because short term, especially in a product like Flagship, and when these rookies come out this early, they're going to have about 1.2 bazillion rookie cards, especially if they fall under a Panini license as well, which those guys don't. But, if those are guys where if they came out in Merlin or something late, I might be interested. But coming out in Topps paper, I don't buy paper cards anyway. So, yeah. Pau Victor is another one that seems to be getting a lot of hype. Fun fact about Pau Victor. Pau Victor's a Barcelona forward. Fun fact about Pau Victor, he's a year older than Ansu Fati. I think that's all I need to say there as far as I'm concerned. He plays behind Robert Lewandowski. Look at other Barcelona prospects not named Lamine Yamal, and we normally see how that goes. But yeah, check out the rest of the breakdown on the site. Like I said, the odds are none of these guys are going to go crazy. Some might go up. The ones that do get a big transfer, I still wouldn't invest in their paper cards. Although it's interesting with paper coming out now, this early, with us not knowing when the premium stuff's going to start coming out. Maybe that's if premium stuff doesn't come out for 4 months, 5 months like normal, maybe there's something there because there's just a bigger time window to sell these cards. But I don't know, paper, if you hold paper for the long run, you're probably going to get burned. That's about it. Let me look at these questions real quick. I actually did mention in the thing, if you are going to invest in a center mid, make it a center mid that is already on that truly collectible team, like Neoni, right? The kid looks amazing. He's on Liverpool. He's 17 years old. The Liverpool collectors will want his cards because they're in a Liverpool kit. These players that get these transfers, say a Declan Rice or something, the new collectors, if they need to go to a team that has a huge collector base. Arsenal, Liverpool, United. Real quick, Ethan Wheatley, United striker. There's a lot of strikers there, but meh. Anyway, back to the center mids. Usually these huge team collectors don't really care about rookie cards. They want the best cards of that player and the kit of the team that they like. We've seen it play out a lot. So, the American hobby and the European hobby are much different in that way. The American hobby just focuses on rookies. The European hobby, while I won't say they completely ignore rookies, they definitely like their club kits a lot more. There are a lot of them probably going on loan. I saw Martin said something. Will be interesting to see how, if all the FIFA World Club tournament has any market effect. Yeah, good luck with that, Martin. It's a club tournament. The reason these country tournaments, at least I'm speaking as an American who's bars and pubs and whatever get loaded. The Americans care because it's America. They don't care that it's good soccer on these tournaments. They just care that they can go and root for America. I can't speak to the European experience, but that's why these huge country tournaments do well here. And as we saw, a lot of the big